Cardano may be about to become the smart contract execution layer for Bitcoin. That is exactly what we're about to dive into in this video, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, this is coming off the back end of an announcement that took place at the Cardano Summit, which I'm very jealous about not being at. In fact, I have no idea why we aren't at it. But let's dive into the announcement. Let's not waste any time because this is interesting and this could be a massive narrative that propels Cardano potentially into the stratosphere. We've spoken about our grievances in regards to perhaps why Cardano from an investment point of view might underperform quite a bit of the sort of crypto space more broadly and give up space in regards to, or position in regards to, market cap. But this could change in an instant. And actually, we are a massive fan of the Cardano blockchain, Charles himself, and the community. And we've been running a stake pool, I think, since 2020, 2021. Certainly not long after you're actually enabled to facilitate stake pools. So let's dive into the announcement. This is from the Cardano Summit, and this is from Sheldon Hunt. He says Cardano and Bitcoin are bridging. Native, trustless interconnectivity will link ADA and BTC, allowing for Cardano to be the smart contract layer of Bitcoin. Get ready. We're set to change the whole game. Now, why would you want to be? We're seeing many kind of Bitcoin layer 2s pop up. They often do it in very different fashions. I think the most common way is to do it is to via sort of roll-ups, ZK roll-ups specifically. But Cardano has some very unique features as a layer 1 smart contract blockchain in the sense that it uses and utilizes the same sort of finality mechanism or accounts-based mechanism that Bitcoin does. This is all over the place. Cardano Summit, any Bitcoin holders can interact now with Cardano's DeFi without even downloading a Cardano wallet. Cardano is ready to be the next or the smart contract extension of Bitcoin. And of course, this is on the back end of a talk and a presentation or a speech that Eden Yago gave. Now, we interviewed Eden a hell of a long time ago, nearly 2 years ago now. It was a great conversation. I'll leave a link to that in the description. He wasn't particularly sold on the likes of Ethereum and some of these, even though he said they were going to do well. You know, he's a Bitcoin man. And ultimately, there's two ways you can look at this. You know, Cardano's sort of, and how they've positioned it in their own. He's now doing things with Bitcoin OS, which I think stands for operating system. The way they've kind of positioned this is, you know, the first steps towards reuniting Bitcoin and crypto. So they're kind of positioning as layer 1s are coming back to Cardano, whereas you could look at it as actually Cardano is enabling Bitcoin to do far greater things and play a far greater role in the kind of DeFi world in a trustless way, which is the hard problem that people are struggling to solve. And ultimately, that's going to unlock, you know, Bitcoin's market cap is in the trillions now. It's likely going to get to the multi-trillions. That's going to unlock a hell of a lot of liquidity and opportunity for not just Cardano and its ecosystem, but Bitcoin and its the biggest ecosystem. And this could be a real narrative that actually sees Cardano do very well. So we have interviewed Yago. He was obviously at the Cardano Summit and announcing all of this. This is pretty huge. It has pretty broad ramifications. This is their official announcement. Cardano comes home to Bitcoin in a groundbreaking BOS Grail Bridge integration. Yes, you read that right. Cardano, the 11th largest blockchain by market cap, is integrating the Bitcoin OS Grail Bridge to unleash decentralized programmability and scalability on Bitcoin UTXO Bros. They use the same accounts-based model. This makes Cardano the first major layer 1 blockchain to plug into Bitcoin OS, its infrastructure, opening its ecosystem of crypto features to Bitcoin's immense capital. So now inherently, Bitcoin has access to the capabilities of Cardano, which Bitcoin on its own layer 1 does not have. This is very interesting. This could be a huge, huge narrative for Cardano, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, those tables can turn very, very quickly. The hype, I believe, is on other cryptocurrencies right now, but boom, it can come straight back to Cardano in a heartbeat if the right narrative is put out to the public and it catches fire. And this could be a wildfire, I believe, for Cardano. This isn't just a tech milestone. It's a homecoming of the biggest name in crypto coming back to Bitcoin. The divide between Bitcoin and crypto has been a glaring issue. Bitcoin holds most of the value, but crypto hosts most of the activity. At BOS, we believe that bridging this gap will create a new digital ecosystem of value that's greater than the sum of its parts. So kind of uniting of this. Emergo, the founding entity of Cardano's, partnering with BOS to enhance liquidity via the Grail bridge, enabling trustless bridging of Bitcoin and other Bitcoin assets. Grail bridge uses zero-knowledge cryptography. It's very common, these layer 2s. Not that Cardano is a layer 2. It's a layer 1 that embodies all the powers of a Bitcoin layer 2 on top of everything that it's already doing. I think this has always been the idea with Cardano. It's got these kind of... It's got a plug-and-play kind of model to it. It says zero-knowledge crypto to let Bitcoin users move their assets securely. Cardano is now well positioned ahead of its crypto peers as a pioneer of Bitcoin's new decentralized world. Congrats to becoming a BOS Cardano. And these are the individuals to follow. This, of course, was the press release. This is a big deal, I think, personally. I really, really do. It talks about the first steps towards reuniting Bitcoin and crypto. Bitcoin's native asset BTC comprises 59% of the total value of the crypto market. Its market capitalization now surpasses $1.3 trillion. And it's the overwhelming favorite digital asset investment amongst institutional clients. On the other hand, the Bitcoin network only accounts for a tiny fraction of all crypto activity. Altcoin networks, which offer exponentially greater scalability, programmability than Bitcoin can, dwarf the original chain on metrics like daily transaction, development activity, and venture capitalist interests. Fundamentally, this rift represents money and its features. At BOS, we believe if this world were seamlessly brought together, they would create great complement. They would greatly complement each other and create a new digital ecosystem of value that is greater than the sum of its parts. Why Cardano chose BOS. This is extremely interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. So we'll see, could Cardano become the sort of smart contract layer for Bitcoin? It's entirely possible. There's already other sort of papers out there like Babylon that look to sort of reuse Bitcoin mining to enhance proof of stake security. There's a lot of links here. And because of the UTXO model, they can very much interchange and work together. And I think that's a very, very exciting prospect. Back to Babylon very, very quickly before I move on. This is from Stake with Pride. He also says, hold Bitcoin, Cardano, staking rewards. The Babylon paper with the same Bitcoin wallet. Hold Bitcoin, altcoin yields. For the first time, Bitcoin holders can earn yields from their idle Bitcoins in a secure way. No third-party trust, no Bitcoin bridging to any other chain. Bitcoin holders simply lock their Bitcoin in a self-custodial way to gain the rights to validate POS chains and earn yield as a return powered. This is interesting. I think, and this was, I believe, always the design with Cardano, and the reason they chose that accounts-based model was potentially to link these two worlds. This could be a narrative, the narrative perhaps, that sees ADA do exceptionally well and the tables really turn for it. Cardano's not doing bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just doesn't have the kind of hype and capital that other chains do. Again, I want to reiterate this. That could change in an instant. And actually what this could do, and it's going to be interesting to see the kind of usage and utility we get out of this. And certainly adoption, certainly from the Bitcoin community, which aren't typically too... they don't like layer ones, other layer ones typically. But if they know they can do this in a sort of Bitcoin native and safe way, harnessing the Bitcoin network, it might be something they go for. Anyway, we just want to share this news with you. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to love and leave you. As always, thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This potentially could change the game for Cardano. On that note, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next.